We're here at Copa, Virginia 2022, Rochester. We have the finals of the no-gi female adult... Richmond.
We are in Richmond.
Richmond. We have the finals of the no-gi female adult advanced lightweight division.
And we have Adrienne Saunders on bottom, playing guard, and Jelyn Waltz on top.
Jelyn in the blue, Adrienne in the white. And Adrienne playing this knee shield half guard that we saw in her first match today. Doing a nice job keeping distance.
And it's really hard to crush that top knee down. She has a lot of control of it, even when you control the hip. She seems to have a really good job at keeping that foot to your hip and engaged, and it's really hard to get past both legs for her.
Jelyn doing a nice job addressing it by climbing inside of it there, though, and then setting up into this top headquarters position with an elbow inside that knee shield. A little bit heavy and forward. Adrienne tries to take advantage of that a little bit by pulling her in, trying to load that weight a little bit.
Jelyn tried to do like a step over pass.
Step over, yeah.
Yeah, and it was unsuccessful. But then Adrienne grabs guard again, and she has control of the close side ankle, and she keeps the other arm as like a brace. And Jelyn does get through.
Nice slide through pass. Immediately to the back from Jelyn. Both hooks in. We have Jelyn up 4-0 now. After getting those points, Jelyn switches to the body triangle and is aggressively attacking up top here. Really nice work on that slide through pass and recognizing the opportunity to take the back, and instead of settling the position, really getting the more advantageous position.
And as she switches sides, she switches her triangle to the other side, which is the smart move to do while constantly attacking that head and trying to go for that choke, trying to take her arm and grind it across her chin, her face, trying to get through. Now she's creeping her one leg up to see if she can get that triangle, that reverse triangle position. And from that position, you have a ton of control, because then you can attack that arm that's closest to you. You also have the triangle, but it's a little harder to get from that position. But there's a ton of control and a lot of you can put almost your entire body into that arm that you're now attacking.
Secures that backside triangle and immediately starts checking down for that arm bar. It's exactly, part of this game plan of this topside, this backside triangle is working into that arm bar. Adrienne seems to be aware of it and is protecting her elbow tight to her chest here. Jelyn climbing up top. That's the advantage of this backside triangle, though, is that it's very difficult to work out of. Adrienne does a nice job rolling through, though. Ends up in the triangle on top, but that's better than getting arm barred.
Out of that arm bar, And then she comes up.
Wow, nice work there. Adrienne checks down out of that triangle defense, looking for first the knee bar, transitioning to the heel hook, transitioning to the straight ankle lock. None ended up successful. It was a beautiful series of transitions from Adrienne there, and now we end up with Jelyn back on top playing in that knee shield guard again. Wonderful series of attacks there from Adrienne.
And Jelyn's doing a really good job at holding her hip creases, because by holding the hip creases, you can kind of spread the legs out, and she doesn't have a great guard, or she doesn't have a good position for her guard in that position.
Correct.
Especially a good guard player, you need a lot of hip mobility to be able to swing those legs in and circle those legs and get the position you want.
Jelyn clearly trying to stay inside that hip but play outside with her own hips. Adrienne trying to come up for the sweep, and Jelyn aware of what happens.
Yeah, just kind of pressuring into her, trying to put all of her weight into that hip and that leg, and just not letting her kind of roll through, and trying to stay heavy on top and keeping her down.
Adrienne looking for that leg entanglement again, moving into saddle, clearing the foot into outside ashi. Jelyn doing a nice job hiding her heel here, but she's not out of danger in any way. That outside ashi looks nice and strong, and Adrienne's climbing up onto the top of it to start pressuring in, looking for that heel exposure. Adrienne has one hand on Jelyn's heel. Jelyn's protecting her heel with her other foot, though. Jelyn doing a nice job getting both of her butt cheeks on the mat to even the position out a little bit, but Adrienne's playing real heavy towards that side to prevent her from doing that. Jelyn bases out briefly, but isn't able to maintain that base. Adrienne rolling through.
Clears.
Look to clear the leg to the other side and then switch back into the same position that she was in. Jelyn doing a nice job keeping her hips in tight. Makes it difficult to create the leverage that Adrienne needs to finish this heel hook or expose the heel. We're going to stand them both back up into neutral. 2 minutes left on the clock. Jelyn is up 6-0. We have a double guard pull. Jelyn comes to the top and takes the ad for it. Puts Jelyn at 3 ads, 6 points. Adrienne stands, gets her 2 points for the pass, drops back down looking for those legs again. She's aware that she's quite a bit down on points, and it looks like Adrienne's strategy here has been more to be aggressive on the leg attack submissions.
Yeah, go after the leg submissions and not really worry too much about a
back into this
position.
Outside Ashi position that she was in right before we reset to the center of the mat. Jelyn again doing a nice job protecting her heel with her free foot. Adrienne doing a nice job rolling into it. This hand fighting is really important here too.
It's a very good. Jelyn's been doing a really good job, like grabbing the same hand with both hands to kind of pull it away and not allow her to have too much of a bite on the ankle and go after it. Jelyn does come up for 2 more, so she is now 8-2. But Adrienne keeps on attacking those legs and going after those submissions.
We have 45 seconds left on the clock. Looks like Jelyn's mostly cleared the entanglement position.
Yeah, her knee line is definitely out. Adrienne has control of the foot, but the knee seems to be out at this point. So, you know, you're a little safer in that position. You don't have to worry about as much.
Jelyn looking for her own straight ankle lock there for a split second. 20 seconds left on the clock. Adrienne is still aggressively fighting for these leg locks. Smart strategy on her part, trying to get back into this entanglement. Jelyn does a nice job clearing things, staying on top, creating a little bit of distance. 10 seconds left on the clock, and we're back to standing neutral. Jelyn up 8-2. Beautiful work from Adrienne there, trying to finish until the end. Nice finals match. We have Jelyn Waltz taking this female adult lightweight division, advanced lightweight division.